utafute uharo. Usitafute bana kijana.
Agriculture, renewable energy, innovation features practical solutions for consumers. On Tuesday at 7 p.m. only on Capital Television. Innovation brings in the latest technology solutions and startups in various industries such as business, health, agriculture, renewable energy. Innovation features practical solutions for consumers. On Tuesday at 7 p.m. only on Capital Television.
Watching Out and About.
And you're all very welcome. Karibuni sana.
Catch up with all the entertainment in Dar es Salaam and beyond on Out and About every Saturday.
We are back here in Capchat. The program was too hard to start in the first place, but we're back here and we have a lot of things that we want to talk to you here tonight. We have a lot of things from Taifa Stars. Suddenly, unfortunately, lost 1-0 to Lesotho, and we're going to talk about it a little bit here. But cashew nut farmers have celebrated. That's a positive thing. We're also going to go outside of Tanzania, in East Africa, as well as the world in general. I'm here, your host, Sebastian Koloa, but I won't be alone. As usual, I have a lot of other people that will be helping me out in speaking about this. For starters, we have Vanessa Victor. What's up, Vanessa?
Hi, Sebastian.
How's your weekend?
Pretty laid back, actually.
Yeah, pretty laid back. The only problem is the current result that we have. The current result that we have. I was watching the game, actually, when Taifa Stars lost 1-0 to Lesotho. It was really a bad time for me because, you know, when the game started, and especially in the second half, Taifa Stars looked like they were going to win it. And we only had to win even by 1-0 to head to the Africa Cup of Nations. What do you think about this? We still have a chance, though. It's not as slim as people think, but we still have a chance.
We have a very slim chance, let's be honest. I really do hope that we somehow miraculously make it out in the end and do qualify. Yeah. But, 38 years of this competition, and we've never qualified.
Yeah, we qualified once, but it was a very long time ago. The only problem is I think the morale of Tanzanians. That's the problem, I think. Like I was watching the game with people who were there, and they were just watching on TV, and they were seeing that the team was playing good, very good. You can't take that away from them.
I agree.
They played very well. The only problem is when they lost, everybody lost. Like everybody was like, I told you, they will lose. And and that's the kind of morale that I think lays us back. I think if we could change a little bit, and then
I agree, especially, and I think it's very much a Tanzanian thing. We have hope, and then when things go wrong, we're like, but I told you this wouldn't work.
Yeah.
Instead of thinking of the positive side, the fact that they played well, that they actually held their own, despite the fact that they lost, I think that they played a good game. They could have played a really horrible game.
Yes, that's true. And sometimes they do that. But on the same note, when we're talking about that, the kind of mentality that people have, it's not government is going to, like, there was a problem with the pricing of their products and goods and things. But when it was started by the government to say that the price not less than 3,000. Government.
But then with that, you have to remember that the initial price was not set by the government. The initial price was set by the people buying the cashew nuts. Initially, the 2,700. So then the cashew nut farmers were like, no, we're not selling.
Okay.
And after they said, no, we're not selling, then the government was like, actually, we kind of agree with you. So the government said that these cashew nut buyers have to buy it at 3,000 shillings.
Okay.
Then the president comes along and says, you know what, give them back their whatever agreement you have, throw it away. We're going to pay 3,300 and buy all of it.
Yes.
And the weird thing about that is, after this was said, and everything was done, now these cashew nut purchasers who have factories, they need to run their factories, but they don't have cashew nuts, are now scrambling trying to find cashew nuts.
Yes. So at the end of the day, it's a game. It's like a game being played.
Yeah.
But all for all, the end product is that people got the cashew nuts were bought.
Yeah.
Because that was the biggest problem.
Yeah.
What I don't understand is that there are some people who were opposing the decision of the government, even after the government changed their position. Because I don't understand. Like if I want something from you, and then I oppose everything you say because I want something from you, I want you to change your decision. Then you change your decision,
And you still oppose
and
me.
I don't understand those kind of people.
But then I think it was different people who were opposing initially who are opposing now. Because
Some of them are the same.
some of them are the same.
Yeah.
But
those are the ones I don't understand.
okay, I don't understand those either. Because I've spoken to some people who are in the industry. They sell cashew nuts, like processed cooked cashew nuts, whatever. And they say buying cashew nuts for 3,300, that's unprocessed, is very, very expensive. Because out of like 10 sacks of unhusked cashew nuts, you could get just 2 sacks or 3 sacks of cashew nuts that have whole cashews.
Yes.
So it's an expensive process to do, and you're not guaranteed that out of the 10 that you buy for this amount, you're going to get this amount.
Yeah, the problem is the farmers also have something to say about the farming. You see, I farmed cashew nuts, so I know the struggle that you have to go
Sebastian,
through
you have
to make
salacious past.
Yeah,
You've done it all.
Not the past, I think it's a present. But at the end of the day, they also go through a hard time harvesting or making that, especially in the beginning when you don't have the trees and whatnot. So it's something that when you think about both of them, and when you think that not all of them are going to just make cashew nuts, it's a lot of things that's going to be made out of cashew nuts. So
the fruits, the husks themselves, the entire cashew can be utilized.
Okay, this past week also we had some bad news all over the world, especially for movies, for people who love movies, and especially Marvel movies, where Stan Lee, the co-creator of several movies, superhero movies, the likes of Superman and Spider-Man, died. Now, Vanessa, most of people didn't know his age. Do you know his age? Like when he died? He was 90-something. Most people thought he was 70-something.
Oh, he
with
was
the energy that he had.
Yeah, he was an old guy, and because people don't look at his age, they don't think he's that old. People who are not fans of the Superman and the Spider-Man and series, because they've been there for a very long time. He was a genius.
Yes.
Because the imagination that it takes to create all these wonderful characters is just, wow, out of this world. He is definitely going to be missed.
Yeah,
but he's left a legacy.
A legacy, and he changed a lot of people's lives. I have an example. I have one of my mentors, one of the people that I follow up. He's a memory expert. His name is Jim Locke. He's American. He says that he was born with a certain disability, and then when he was young again, when he was 6 years of age or something like that, before the age 10, he had an accident where like his brain had some damage. So everybody was referring to him as a damaged boy, that the boy with the damaged brain. Yeah. But then he grew up, and then he started coming, like it took him extra 3 years to know how to read. Yeah. So, and what he read was comic books and the Stan Lee books, the Marvel books. That's because he thought that I can be a superhero, and he believed that one day I'll be a superhero, because most of the superheroes, when they were born, people like the X-Men, and people thought that they had some damaged brain problems. But right now, I'm telling you, he's among the people. He's helped me a lot. Like, I used to say I'm bad in names. I'm bad in remembering names. Now I'm not. Because of him. Because he has some formulas of remembering things. Like, he had an example where he went to a meeting and greeted 50 people after the meeting by their names. Everybody by their names. See, so he's like a superhero himself. And he was speaking about, he used to use examples of Stan Lee a lot. And I know, like, where he is right now, he's really, really feeling bad. So he changed people's lives. He didn't just entertain, but he changed people's lives. That's true. Now, that's just one person who became famous that I know about. True. There's a lot of people that happened to them. And, like, we'll all remember him. I think you're a fan of, like, Superman, Spider-Man. Which one is the best for you? Like, which superhero do you love the most?
That's hard to pick.
Yeah. Why?
It's hard to pick.
Why?
Because they're all so amazing. Batman and but then there's Iron Man. There's Damn. Okay. Yeah. It's difficult to choose. Yeah. There are a lot of really amazing characters that he made. But one more thing I want to say about his age. I just want to quickly go back to that. Yeah. I watched an interview with Judge Judy. She's 76 or 77. Okay. And she said something that stuck to me. She said, once you start growing old, if you stop working, then you're going to age old. First, you're going to be bitter. You're going to be sad all the time. You're not going to be happy because you're not doing anything. Yeah. But if you keep pushing and you keep working, your energy level is going to be up, and you're always going to look younger. Yeah, there's something else I can add to that. They say we can't help getting older, but we don't have to get old. Yes. You see? So we can get older, but we don't have to get old. Yeah. Personally, Stan Lee's most favorite, superhero was Iron Man. I don't know why, but that's what he said. So yeah, let's head on to some bad news again. This time here in East Africa, we'll come back to Uganda, where they say almost 9 to 11 boys died. Yeah, 11 boys died in boarding school fire. Now, what caused the fire is yet to be known exactly, but they say that some of the students that were like they had a protest after they were dismissed, so they decided to close the dormitories and fire the dormitories when their fellow students were inside there. This is pure devil. It's crazy because, as you said, 11 died and 20 were seriously injured. Yeah. This, I don't understand. You can protest something, but why should the actions that you choose to take affect or cost somebody else a life? Because at the end of the day, it's parents have lost children. It's a whole crazy dynamic. But also, the guard at the school has been arrested.
Yes, he is.
And I wholeheartedly agree with that, because his job is to protect overall safety of everything. And even if a fire was started, he should have been alert enough to be able to make sure that those kids could get out.
Yes, like you said, you can't change people's ideas, but you can see what you can do about yourself to make sure that something bad doesn't happen to you. Like we now know why those kids were expelled from school. They're not school material. If they can do something like that, they didn't come back and say sorry, but they came back and show that like we can do this. But at the end of the day, I don't think it's only the guard who should be held responsible. Yeah. I think the administration of the school, like if there's a patron, if there's something like that, they should all be held responsible at the end of the day. Because if you're the one responsible for my child, I take it that I pay you to make sure that the children
are safe.
Yeah, are safe.
Yeah.
So at the end of the day, I think it is bad news. We all hate bad news, but these people should be held responsible.
I agree. The patrons should be held responsible because I'll give you an example. When I was in boarding school, I remember I would get up at 3 a.m. or 4 a.m. to go to the washroom, and I'd find my matron awake. Yeah. And I never used to understand, like, why is she awake? Because that's her job. When we're sleeping, she has to watch over us. That's true. And it's the same thing with patrons. People are giving you their children. Yes. To take care. In essence, you're becoming their surrogate parent. And if you're becoming a surrogate parent, you should take as much care of other people's children as you would your own, because first, you're being paid for it. Yeah. And second, they're children. Yes. They don't know better for the most part. Yeah, like the ones who lit the fire, they're also children. You don't know what they're capable of. So it's like, true. Yeah, they might do something like that. So it's really, we sell our condolences to the Ugandans, and we feel bad about that. But something else should be, like, we should learn from that action. Let's move on back to Tanzania. Well, Alvaro Rodriguez, despite having his own responsibilities, has decided to personally be the ambassador of Pangani. Now, I come from Tanga, so I know how much this means to the people of Tanga, especially Pangani, because Pangani is among the places where there's a lot of tourist attractions whenever people come to Tanzania. So I think if he's going to personally do this, and he meets a lot of people, it's going to be of a positive impact to Tanzanians. What do you think? I think it's an amazing move for the UN resident coordinator. It's an amazing move. I'm thinking, imagine how many of these NGO leaders or even actual ambassadors of different countries were to say, to do the same thing or to follow suit in certain areas that really need that boost, that help. That would be amazing. I think his decision to do this is an amazing one. Yes, I think this is something that other people can also take an example from. Now, Elizabeth Michael, aka Lulu, completed her sentence, which was out of jail, and now she's back and she's already making movies. Well, I think she's served her time. I think she served her time, and because she served her time, she was very quiet on social media. She wasn't active at all. I think she can go back to doing whatever it is that she's passionate about, and we've always known that movies is something that she's passionate about. Yeah, I think she's been quiet after the incident and after going to jail and after getting back from jail. She's been quiet, and she's a role model, surprisingly, to a lot of girls. And I don't think she did anything bad afterwards, because I believe that people can change. She had a lot of bad things like prior to that, but yeah. I think she has shown something different. I just wish that she continues to do that. Like she continues to be different. She can become the Rebecca of next Rebecca Gume of next time, or she can be the Jacqueline's, that kind of girls. And haven't you noticed? It's almost, I feel even bad saying this, this is almost the best thing that could have happened to her, because she got famous very young. Yes. And she was caught up in that life. Yes. So I almost felt like what happened to her was like a reality check. Yeah. Yes. This can happen to you as well. Yeah. You can suffer the consequences as well. So I hope, as you said, that she takes this and she uses it to move forward rather than go backwards.
Yes. Now, another bad news is we go back to the United States, where rapper Sean Combs, aka Puff Daddy, lost his former wife, who's the mother of his children. Now, this woman is astonishing. She was a good model. She was known by a lot of people. The only bad thing is that because they were separated, I think she wasn't like in the spotlight as much as Puff Daddy was, and a lot of people knew who P. Diddy was going out with, who I think is Cassie, and then after she died, a lot of people started posting her, and you know, I think that has a bad impact. I mean, has a bad effect on Puff Daddy himself and his children. What do you think?
I don't think so, because they were not together.
That's what I mean. I know that he will start being, you know, like left back a little bit. He will be like he will be thinking about like maybe maybe I took her for granted or something like that. Well,
obviously those thoughts are going to be there. She gave him 2 amazing twin daughters.
Yes.
So obviously those thoughts are going to be there. But
and also the friends, you know, the game, Busta Rhymes, Snoop Dogg, everybody, Kevin Hart, everybody was like posting and they were not posting just to give like Puff Daddy some condolences.
No.
But they were saying what kind of a good girl she was. Like how she helped them and that, you know?
Sebastian, let me tell you. This lady was the epitome of class. You know that Jodeci song, Forever My Lady? Okay. That song was written by Al B for her. Okay. And that's where the first son that she has with Al B came from, before she had the twins with P. Diddy. This lady, Janelle Monáe, the musician, she helped her meet with Diddy and almost pushed her into the music industry as to where she is right now. She might not have been as talked about as P. Diddy and Cassie and the relationship, but within the music industry, within the entertainment industry, she was a very, very big force.
Yes, and she's going to be missed very, very much, because we know like the impact that she had in the music and as well as modeling industry. The only thing that I see there is that they show, like the superstars in America, they show how much they care about each other, especially in times of need. Very true. They don't just act like they don't act like they liked the person before, but they do something for it. Yeah. And I think it is something that will remind Puff Daddy a little bit about her, I think.
Yeah, I think it's gonna give him a lot of thoughts. Okay. Because they were together a very long time.
And she kind of looked like Cassie a little bit. You think maybe it
Cassie looked like her.
Yeah. Okay. They just look the same. So I think is that telling what type of girls like Puff Daddy likes?
Well,
like that's her type. Like that's his type.
The weird thing is, it's not just Puff Daddy. It's not just celebrities. It's even just typical guys and girls. People have types. Okay. And I'm sure if we put your exes in a line together, we might see some similarities. It might not be facial similarities, it might be behavioral similarities. Yes. So you never know.
They say that men like girls who look like their mothers. Do you think that's true?
Let me go take another look at P. Diddy's mom, and then I'll get back to you.
It's just one of them. That's just one of them that we're talking about. But like with regard to the music that Puff Daddy is doing, do you think this will have any impact on his music and not only his music, his business and other sort of things?
Yes.
Okay. Negative or positive impact?
I think it will have more of a positive push because even after they were not together, they were raising their children together. They had this big, amazing blended family. They would go out together, take pictures together, and do things together as a family. Okay. So it wasn't like, oh, he dumped her and then he moved on to somebody else. They broke up. We don't know the details of the breakup unless we decide to dig deeper, but they made it seem like they were a happy family. And because she was such a big influence, and even his other kids, she treated them like her kids. They treated her like their mom. So it's gonna push not just Diddy, but even the other kids who are doing music. It is gonna do wonders for them. I'm sorry to say this, when a tragedy happens, there's that sympathy level within every community, but even in Hollywood as well. There's gonna be that sympathy level. Yeah. I don't know if they're gonna use it in that way, or they're just gonna want private time. we'll have to wait and see.
But we can't tell what rich people, famous people are going to do next. And their kind of lives are kind of different from like normal lives, from my point of view. Like, this takes me, before we end this segment, this takes me to another story that I read through, I think yesterday or the day before that Will Smith was talking about his baby mama, and how she's been like supportive, and like he posted her and said the best baby mama ever, and like Jada Pinkett came like below that and pointed out like that she too is fond of that woman, and I was like, okay, this doesn't normally happen.
Yeah, I watched the conversation that they had, the two of them, with that red table talk that Jada has. And they said it clearly. In the beginning, they didn't like each other.
Yeah.
And sometimes she would call and Jada would hang up.
Okay.
They had their issues. But then they realized that at the end of the day, we have kids with the same man, and these kids are siblings. Okay. So we need to be the adults in this situation. And now they're good friends.
They're good friends. Do you think you can ever be good friends with your man's ex?
If she's not crazy, yeah.
Do you think you can find the craziness in her? Like, maybe he left her because of some craziness, maybe.
But then
maybe he's the crazy one.
You have to remember that men drive women crazy sometimes. Okay. And sometimes women are just naturally crazy.
Okay.
So, hey, she might have been, but then you know that Will met the baby mom when he was going to meet Jada. Okay. Then he fell for the baby mom and then married the baby mom. Then years later bumped into Jada. Then he realized, oh, okay, I actually, yeah.
Okay, it works that way. I don't think it works that way, but that's the way it works with the Smith style. Now we're done with the current issues that happen. We're just going to take a very, very short break. When we come back, we'll be talking about phone addiction. How much you've been addicted to your phone. This is an addiction that has been taken by Japan as one of the addictions, just the same as smoking, drinking, and other than doing cocaine and all sort of things. Let's take a very short break, and when we come back, we'll talk about phone addiction. Don't move.
Watch Business Edition as we talk to business leaders and experts in sectors that are transforming Tanzania's economy.
To be rich, I have to be a business person.
It's not an easy road at all.
People need to understand.
You must quickly think, how cost effective are you going to be?
Business acts as a way in which it can bridge that gap.
Business Edition will keep you informed on latest developments in the financial sector, extractive industry, tourism, agriculture, energy, construction, and so much more. Meet entrepreneurs who create employment opportunities. Watch Business Edition on Friday at 8:15 p.m.
You good?
Yes.
Are you addicted to your phone?
I am very addicted to my phone.
Why?
I don't know.
How do you think it started?
Well, it's just like you can't help it. It starts very smallly, and then before you know it, you're just like, your phone is everything to you. Yeah. You wake up, the first thing you reach out is your phone before anything else. When you just open your eyes, the first thing you grab is your phone. And for me, it's Instagram. But for others, they have a lot. Others, they go to Facebook, to other things. But your phone is like your newspaper, you know. That's why we get easily addicted to it.
Vanessa, you know, you remember when the phones were coming out. I can't ask Naima this question because I don't think she was born.
Come on, guys. I was around.
Like when the mobile phones were coming out, like it was hard to like even you know. You didn't have much to do with your phone because there was nothing. Like you could play the snake game. Like okay. There were people who used to make bits out of the same like like they would make bits out of that, and they had to be geniuses. I couldn't make any of that. But now, since the era of the smartphone, it has become like the addiction has like moved a little bit more.
It's gotten more as phones have become more accessible.
Okay.
And phones becoming more accessible, it means more people have them.
Yes.
And if more people have them, there's more people to talk to online.
Okay.
And it's because there's more people to be online, these companies are creating things to keep you online.
Yes. Now, charming viewers, you can also call us right here live and tell us, what do you think about this? What do you think about the addiction of phones that we have, especially here in Tanzania? We're told that the youth are the ones that are more addicted to the phones, but we have some older people, some elderly people, the likes of my grandma who's now watching. She's very much addicted to her phone, and it's not even a smartphone, but she's very much addicted. She knows how to text. You can call us through 0677 333 000, 0677 333 Unaweza kutupigia kupitia 0677 333 000. Tuambie kuhusu phone addiction, ama kuwa addicted na simu yako, ama kutumia muda wako wote mpaka unachanganyikiwa na simu yako. Wewe unafikiri hii inawezekana, na kama una mifano unaweza kutupa, ama unafikiri tufanyeje ili hili swali liondoke? This is a bad thing. This is not a good thing. We're not talking about this as if it's a good thing. You know, if it's better to be addicted to money, because I think that's a positive thing. You may be some like egoistic a little bit, but it's not a good thing.
But for some people, being addicted to a phone phone addiction makes them money.
Okay, like you, how do you think phone addiction has helped you?
With me, okay, it inspires me.
Okay.
In the sense that when you wake up and you are like on your phone, it helps you see things that you can't easily see.
Okay.
You see lives that you won't easily see on just a normal life, daily base. You see lifestyle that you don't easily encounter. Okay. So for me, it's more of an inspiration. When I see people living how they live and doing the things they do, it's like more of an inspiration for me.
So it inspires you to try and become like them.
No, it inspires me to work hard and be something like, okay, this is really good and I could have a beautiful lifestyle like such and such, but not exactly like what they do.
What do you think? What do you think about what Nema is saying?
I think to a certain point, yes.
Okay.
Because it all comes down to how you use social media. What are you using it for? It's the same way as what do you look at? What page, like let's say on Instagram, what pages are you following? Are you following the gossip sites? Are you following motivational sites? What are you following? Are you following fitness and health sites? What you as an individual are trying to get out of social media? Or to get out of your phone.
Now following is one thing, you know. Being addicted to it, that you check your phone after every 5 minutes or 6 minutes or 7 minutes. Like that's something else. Even if it's motivation.
I'm getting there, Seba.
Yeah.
Unfortunately,
okay.
And I want to say this in Swahili. Sisi wa Tanzania tuna phone addiction mbaya sana. And the best way to look at it is if a Tanzanian who's famous is posted in an international something. Like our Miss Tanzania, you go to their pages, you'll see other pages have like 1,000 likes, 300 likes, 400 likes. The picture that has that one Tanzanian, you'll find it has like 15,000 likes, 7,000 comments. And all those comments are like, people have a lot of time, and I don't know why they're using it on phones.
Okay, okay, like, first of all, I think when we speak about phone addiction, we should only, okay, we are saying Sisi wa Tanzania, like us Tanzanians, because we're here.
Yeah.
But I think that's the, I mean, in Japan, they decided to put that in the same category as smoking weed and smoking cigarettes and, you know, cocaine and doing drugs and all of that, because that is even worse there compared to Tanzania.
They decided to keep it as in rehab.
Yeah, and they have rehabs for that.
Yes.
Now, going back to what Nema is saying, I don't think those people who achieve those things spend their time in their phones.
Yeah,
they do.
No,
come on, guys.
I agree with Seba.
Yeah, they don't.
Okay,
and most of them.
You should be out doing.
Yeah, you should be out doing.
Not reading about doing.
And most of the time,
other people doing something.
But guys, if they're creating content for let's say for Instagram.
Yes.
All these socialites who are doing, they have a name for themselves, like they're like social media influencers.
Content creators.
Yeah. They spend most of the time creating contents for these apps.
Yes.
So it means
they don't do it.
What is most in
they
their
have
mind?
people doing that for them.
Yeah.
Okay, let me give you an example. Like myself, most of the times I handle my Instagram account, my Facebook account, and all of that. But I have somebody else running it for me, because sometimes I had to keep posting things to post like for people, for my fans and for my customers and clients and prospects that I have to post it. So acknowledging that, I had to find someone to do that for me, who is a professional in doing that, and that's what the other people do. Take an example of Will Smith. Will Smith has a whole team just for his Instagram, just a whole team for his Instagram. Now imagine what he does. He has even angles from the phone. It's taken by the phone, but different angles of him doing the same thing, that will be posted for 1 minute. But you're just yourself with your phone, and you don't even have a selfie stick. You don't even have a stand, a phone stand, and you're doing the same thing. You try to do the same thing. Like, how hard is that going to be to make sure that you do other things?
But okay, we need, I guess, to dig deeper. Like, why do we have these phone addictions in the first place? Like, why, mostly Tanzanians? Because a lot of us, when you wake up, I'm sure the first thing you do is grab your phone.
Okay.
Actually, my alarm wakes me up.
So you have to stop it.
Then I stop it. So
No,
but then after I stop it, I just check the time, which I already know. I don't.
Okay, when you wake up officially, you don't grab your phone and go through your messages or WhatsApp or Instagram or anything?
I don't.
I do. Vanessa.
Like for me, most of the times, when the time that I have to check my phone is when I get into the car to leave. That's when I can check my messages and all that when I'm leaving.
No, I will.
Leaving the house.
I'll swipe down and see how many messages I have on WhatsApp.
Yeah.
And then there's this thing you can open them and just see like who's texted without actually getting into WhatsApp.
Yes.
And then I'm like, if there's nothing that's
interesting,
like that's like you need to be dealt with then and there.
But that's just the morning. During the whole day.
No.
Like throughout the whole day.
Let's go back to what you do when you wake up.
Okay.
Okay.
So when I wake up, after I check all my other things.
Don't edit anything. Just like give us the truthful one.
The truthful one.
God is watching you, right?
God is watching me, and I'll be so truthful to this.
So frank.
So frankly.
Okay.
Okay. So I have my daughter wake me up.
Okay.
All the times.
Yeah.
And then.
Personal alarm.
Yeah, she's my personal alarm, and then I'll grab my phone.
Yeah. Okay.
And I'll check the time. And then when I check the time, it's like a small bad habit which I get into, and I'll be like, I want to check what's happening on Instagram, what's happening on WhatsApp, and I just get into it.
And roughly, how long does it take you to like finish checking up all the things?
It depends.
It can be 30 minutes. It can be an hour.
Sometimes.
It can get to an hour.
Sometimes.
Okay. What do you think some other person has done in that 1 hour? Like I was in this seminar.
For me, in that hour, let's say if I'm still on bed, honestly, if I'm being so honest, I'll be still doing this. I'm still checking on my kid. Let's say I'm doing mommy duties and I'm breastfeeding, and I'll be on my phone, which I know is a very bad habit.
Okay.
But I spend that time and I'll be checking on my Instagrams or checking on my WhatsApp and trying to reply to messages and then get off it.
Okay, I was in this seminar this past weekend, and then this guy was really interesting. And he said most of the Tanzanian, especially Tanzanian girls, they'll be waking up at 9, or wake up at 8 and just be on the phone till 9, and then be surprised when it's already 10, and they'll be like, it's already 10. Time is really moving, but time's not moving. You're on your phone like for 10 minutes. Okay, this is what I realized, that like in 1 hour I can read like, let's say 10 pages, not 10 pages, like 20, 30, 50 pages of a book, of a normal size book, like 30 or 50 pages. And most of the books, like motivational books that I read, are 100 pages, 200 pages. So like if I take an hour, if that same hour that you woke up and just took your phone, and if I use that same hour to read a book, then it will take me 3 or 4 days to finish. If I'm just reading in the morning, I'm not reading any time else. I don't have time. You know, we say I don't have time to read. So if I wake up and use the 1 hour to read, that means maybe 4 days maximum.
Yeah. You're done with the book.
I'm done with the book. Which one do you think has more profit?
Of course, the book.
Okay.
But then with the phone, you know, you get to. It's also helpful.
Okay, I'll defend Nema in one instant. I might be crucifying myself in the process. Okay. But okay, I read as well. I know Sebastian read. I read as well. It's always been a passion of mine. So I evolved. I still love the way physical books smell and whatnot. But I evolved to reading on my phone.
Okay.
And it has also contributed to why my eyesight is even worse than it was. Because at night, let's say I get off of work, I get home. And I'm a late sleeper. I've always been a late sleeper. I could be reading a book on my phone for 4 hours. I will wholeheartedly admit that.
Yeah, but that's not phone addiction.
It is phone addiction.
No, you're just using. You're just using the phone. You're just using the phone as an instrument to read a book. True. You're not going. When we speak about phone addiction,
it means you can't go without your phone. Like you can't be locked in a room for an hour. Can you?
Yeah, because
100%.
4 hours.
100%.
I can do that
for days.
For a day.
I can do it for days.
Yeah.
Can you eat without your phone?
Yes.
Okay, now let's
Most of the times you're always on your phone.
But I'm on my phone. I'm either.
I think the question should be: how can you eat with your phone? That would be a question.
No.
How can you?
I do. When I have my lunch, because she sees me. It's not like it's.
How do you do that?
It's not a secret because I'm watching Judge Judy.
It doesn't matter. What I'm asking is, how can you concentrate on your food while you're using your phone? I can do that. I know several people who can do that.
Sebastian, some people cannot eat by themselves. Okay. They have to have company with them.
It means it's an addiction.
It's not. It's not an addiction.
Can you eat without your phone?
No. Let's do this. Let's do this.
If people and you're having a conversation,
that's one. If you're at home and you can switch on your TV, do you need your phone?
No.
You see? So it's not phone addiction. It's just something to watch. Okay, now let's switch on to some other thing. Remember, you can call us through 0677 333 000 and tell us what you think about this. Tunazungumzia matumizi yaliyopitiliza ya simu. Muda wote unakuta mtu yuko tu hapa, hata unamsemesha hawezi kukusikia. Tupigie simu 0677 333 000. Tuambie maoni yako ama kama una mfano. This is another example that I have.
I have found myself on Instagram for like an hour and a half, like non-stop.
Yeah, me too. I can't lie. Like maybe remember I'm on a trip, like I'm traveling. Oh, I'm waiting for somebody. I don't have a book. I don't have anything.
Or sometimes
I can just go back to Instagram and say,
just juicy.
Yeah. It is. I'm not saying it's not enjoyable. What I'm saying is, how can you I can drink from 8 p.m. to like 12 in the afternoon the next day, and then that's just that then, and then I don't drink for a couple of weeks, couple of days, then I come and do it again next. That doesn't mean I'm addicted to alcohol. But a person who's addicted will be drinking like every day, and they can't go without it. Like I can be on Instagram even for 2 hours. I've never
guys,
tried
honestly,
that, but I think I
can you go a whole day without even thinking, oh, I didn't check on my phone today.
No.
Completely?
No.
Not
that would be irresponsible.
No. Not checking on my phone completely. What if my boss calls me?
Yeah. What if I have a deal? Sometimes I have a deal. I have to watch it. No. You have to check my phone.
Sometimes it's money calling.
Yeah.
Then if it's that way, in the sense,
but when I go to the phone, I don't spend 1 hour. I just watch it and then I'm like, okay.
Phone addiction means like you can't live without your phone. Period. Regardless if it's deals, if it's work.
Not one day. We're talking about you can't live without it for 5 minutes. Not one day, not the whole day.
If it's like that, then everyone will be saying it's work.
No.
Everyone will be saying it's work.
Even if it's not work, even if it's play. But what we mean by addiction, an addiction is something that you can't go through life without it, even for a couple of minutes. Like you always have to be high on the phone.
And even if you're not on, even when you're not on your phone, you're thinking about being on your phone.
So you guys have never thought about your phones?
Every time? Not every time.
Not every time. Even if it's 2 hours and you be like, oh, maybe what's happening on my WhatsApp?
No, actually, I'll tell you something weird. Sometimes it will be like 7 p.m. and I'll be like, I haven't been on Instagram today. Yeah. What's going on? The world might be ending and I don't know what's going on.
Capchat will come this Sunday and I know nothing about it. Okay, this is another thing that I like to talk about when we talk about phone addiction is the parties, the events. People don't enjoy the events, they enjoy the after event things, Like, let's say you have a birthday coming.
Yeah.
And then I come there and all of us, Vanessa and the producers and everybody is there, but they're all the time they're on the phone. And this is majority of birthdays that's happening right now.
Not just birthdays, any event.
Any event. Everybody's on the phone.
On the phone, take pictures,
selfies,
and then everybody retreats back to their corners.
And then they're waiting to cut the cake. And then when they're cutting the cake, they're singing, they're taking pictures and videos. And the person who's going to see it next day is going to say, wow, that was, what a wedding that was.
That was really,
I've been in weddings and then I see the pictures the next day and I was like, when was this? Where was
I attend this?
Did I attend this, because I was there. But people are more concentrated. People are more concentrated in socializing in social media than actual socializing.
So when you guys are out on events, you don't actually be on your phones completely?
Not all the time.
Not all the time.
You can't be out of your phone completely. Why do you have it then?
Listen, if it's a boring event, then I will check what's going on my phone. But then you also have to remember my phone charge doesn't live that long.
You have a challenge now.
So I have to be cost effective.
50-50.
Cost effective.
So okay, generally, Naman, do you think phone addiction, do you think people should work on removing or reducing the amount of time that they spend on their phones?
Well, as a phone addict, I think yes, we should.
Okay.
So what are you going to do about it?
Yeah.
Well, I will think
therapy.
We'll be more. No, I think what we can do more is try to engage ourselves in other activities and try to reduce more of our phone usage daily. Okay. Let's say maybe involve ourselves more in reading a book or more in outside activities than more in our phones.
Yes,
maybe that can help out.
That's very true. You spoke like a true patriot. The only problem is, are you going to do that? Do you think those people can do that?
I will keep my word and
stand on. Her phone, like her lover, it's the last thing she sees at night and the first thing she wakes up to early in the morning.
Well, I will try not this to be my lines every day, but so far this is like me right now. But from now on, I will work on it more and try to engage myself in other things. So in the next Capchat, maybe I can give a witness and be like, I've engaged myself more in other things. Okay,
yeah, there's a lot of people also who are like that. Like they say in former days, it was like in early days, that people, when a person comes to your house, they ask for a glass of water. But nowadays when they come to your house, the first thing they ask for is a charger.
Can I charge?
Can I charge my phone? Do you have a charger? Do you have a cable?
Yes.
Very true.
Well, with me, I'm always with my charger. All day, always, like 24 hours I have my charger with me. So when I reach, I'm always looking for where can I charge?
That's why you're never reachable. You're always on your phone, so you're wasting your charge.
Yeah.
So when I leave, as long as I leave the place, my phone is dead. So until I get to the next place, then I can charge my phone again. So then I can be reachable.
Okay.
But I tell you something, I probably would be a lot worse off with my phone if it wasn't, in some parts, Seba, you. Because Seba is so good but so bad in the sense that if you're having a conversation with him and you're holding your phone and he sees you're not listening to him, that conversation is over.
He does that the same. You do that.
Yeah,
he will come and be like, I'm listening.
It depends on the type of it depends on the type of conversation you're having though sometimes.
Okay, but that's bad regardless of the conversation. If I do that, that's rude. Yeah, but I don't do that all the time. You do that all the time.
I don't do that all the time.
Okay, now if I was to give an advice before we end this and go to the next to the memes, I think the advice that I would like to give, especially the young ones who are growing up right now, is that is what I heard Oprah saying. Like she gave this example in a YouTube video that I watched a couple of days back. She said, in the next 3 years, nobody is going to remember the housewives of Atlanta.
Yeah.
You see? And most of the things, think about the things that you're spending your time on social media watching. Will you remember them in the next 2 weeks? Will you remember them in the next 1 year?
Even
are they going to be important?
I agree I agree with Oprah, but reality TV is also life escapism.
Yeah. But you can spend 1 hour in that. You don't have to you don't have to be addicted to that, every time you're on that.
Well,
be addicted to something positive.
I'm addicted to Survivor. Is it positive? It is productive. It's a social media it's a social experiment.
Okay, so yes. It's a social experiment. We're just agreeing here that phone addiction is not a very good thing, and please make sure that especially the young ones, make sure that you get back from doing that. We're going to take a very short break, and then when we come back, we'll check the memes and then end the show.
Kitabu cha Dr. Reginald Abraham Mengi kitwacho I Can, I Must, I Will sasa kinapatikana kwenye maduka ya kuuza vitabu yafuatayo: Dar es Salaam, A Novel Idea, Slipway Msasani, Yacht Club Road, Msasani Peninsula, The Book Cave, Mbezi Rainbow, Social Club, Ara Museum Offices, Ikunda Bookshop, Kariakoo mtaa wa Mhonda, House of Wisdom, Mezzanine nambari 22 NHC House, Samora Avenue, Dar es Salaam, MacBooks and Brains, Mlimani City Mall, duka nambari 44, Dar es Salaam, TPH Books, barabara ya Samora, Elite Bookstore, Mbezi njia panda Goba, Mlimani Bookshop, Kariakoo mtaa wa Sikukuu na Lindi, Timiza Malengo, Ubungo Kona, Chuo Kikuu, Bookmart Online Shop, Instagram, Bookmart TZ, Twitter, Bookmart 1, Jamani Investment Limited, Nyerere Road, Airport Terminal 2, Shinyanga, Kahama Bookshop Center, mtaa wa Lumerezi, Arusha, Kase Bookstore, mtaa wa Sekei, A Novel Idea, TFA Center, Arusha, Tanzania, Dodoma, Lugarawa Bookshop, Dodoma mjini, barabara ya 8, Moshi, Ape Bookshop, Moshi mjini, Christian Bookshop, Moshi mjini.
Wahi nakala yako sasa kwenye duka lolote lililopo karibu nawe.
And we're back to laugh a little bit. We're going to have several memes. I don't think we had some from the phone addiction part. I think you laughed a little bit at that. But now, let's check the first meme. When you finally meet the woman of your dreams, halafu aseme avocado. Au frampeni.
What happens?
Let her your avocado. Oh, I have like okay. I don't think she was the woman of my dreams, but like I didn't expect that she'll be texting like that. She wasn't speaking like that.
But the text also counts as.
But you know the texts were like, oh, okay, okay, this is what you mean. Okay, they were challenging
to read.
Yeah.
Were they short forms?
Beautiful girls.
It's a turn off.
Were they short forms?
No. Yeah, sometimes.
Spelling mistakes?
And there was X's in spaces of S, you know, and then like it was sweetie happened. And it would be CWT, you know.
No,
they do that so many times.
But I tell you, would it have bothered you the same way if the slang used was not Swahili slang, if it was English slang? If
it was English slang,
yeah.
It doesn't matter, even if it's English. Like if it's bad, it's just bad.
Bad is bad.
Let's take the next one. If it's bad, it's bad. Okay, world's most stressful text. Can I ask you a question?
Yeah.
It depends.
What's usually your answer?
Shoot.
Same. Shoot.
No. Yeah.
No. The most stressful text is. Can we talk?
No.
No, but okay. When you get this text, the first thing, what do you say? What comes in your head?
It depends who it's from. Like
yes.
it's from.
I guess maybe it's from whomever.
Yeah.
It's just a stressful text.
Yeah.
From whomever. Even if it's from Vanessa, it could be like, can I ask
you a question? And it depends with what you were talking about before.
Or no, you know what it does? It makes you start thinking of all your the past conversations you've had in the past week, then 2 weeks, then you dig a bit deeper, because like past month.
Like for me, like sometimes a person just wants to ask you about some other person.
Yeah.
Like for instance, this happens. Can I ask you something? For instance, if somebody does this and this to you, what would you do?
If I send that text to you, would it be a stressful text?
No, not now. Not now. Let's take the third one. When a teacher asks you to write a list of noisemakers, and someone you hate coughs, you're like, I got you.
Well, this used to be me back in primary school.
Okay.
We used to be like 9 girls and 8 boys in class, the whole of our standard 7. So and I was the class monitress. So all my noisemaker list will be only boys, no girls.
Okay.
From the heading.
Hater. That we have one word for you.
Noisemaker. The first name will be the first boy and still the last name. So I'll be like Isaiah, that was one of the classmates, till the last Evans. And all of them, boys only, no girls.
And where are they now?
Somewhere, they just graduated, I guess.
Unfortunately, I couldn't be a snitch because I wasn't a monitor in secondary, like first 2 years of secondary, but in O-level, I was the entertainment prefect. A-level entertainment situation. So you can't be a snitch and then throw parties and
but you're a class representatives in the university.
Was I a snitch?
In the university, they don't ask like such questions, but
no, but
you never know. Maybe if they gave you that, opportunity.
The concept is the same, though.
Okay. Let's head to the last one, which is a video. Let's check the video and then come back. Okay. PhD in drinking. Wow. Now, I like the last part. I like the last one. Watch it. Yeah. And then we have. Okay. Now let me go. I'm good. I'm good.
I'm okay. I'll stay.
I'm okay.
I'm not gonna like what comes next, am I?
Okay. The trick is to do it fast. Okay. Let's go.
That is a train wreck.
I hope he just took another second to think about it.
Wait a minute.
Okay.
There's another.
Okay. Michael Jordan. Okay. This is Jordan.
No.
That one is so bad.
Okay. And he thinks
like he's
in his mind he knows that he can drive. He can ride that bicycle. Like, okay. I know who made all of this. It's Junior, so I think Junior goes to these levels and he knows. He at least has a master's in doing in drinking. I used to have friends who did that.
Really?
We used to get drunk like that, especially in Arusha. Like we used to get drunk like that.
Did you say Arusha?
Yeah.
Oh, that's
yeah. The only difference is. Most of us, because we were in school, like we usually had like 3 guys who were not drinking at all, and they'll be like taking care of us. You know, we're like, okay, so you guys are going to take care of us, okay? Okay.
But once the drinking starts, it gets so bad, I guess.
No, but the bad thing is, I usually say, don't ever try to compete drinking with a person from Arusha who's a drinker.
But come on, guys,
you will fail.
When you're most drunk, what's the embarrassing thing like this you have ever done? Like with you, Vanessa?
Think about this for a minute. Embarrassing.
Can you say it?
Like this?
No.
Promise, can you say it?
Okay, with me, the worst that I've ever done, like when I'm in this situation, is I'll talk things which they usually don't make sense.
Okay.
And I'll be over speaking on my sentences over and over and over.
Yes.
But I don't make moves like that.
I left.
And then?
I left my friends where we were. I went home.
And then?
And then I went back.
Yeah, and then you didn't know what you went for. Like.
Then I go back and then so they're telling me the next day, we thought you went home. And then when I got home, I was like, yeah, you came. You walked in and then you walked out again.
Wow.
Okay. Okay. I remember this. We went drink from 8 p.m. to 12 noon the next day with my brother, and then the money was over, so we had to go to Posta and to fetch some money. So a long time ago. And then I was waiting for him outside because he was scared that if we go to the bank together, I'll do some stupid shit. Yeah. So he was like, okay, so you wait for me outside here, and I was outside there, and then I closed my eyes and opened, and I was like, what am I doing here? And I took it out, I left, and both our phones were dead. So, like, and when he came out, he was like, okay, he's not here, I'm out. Well, thank you very much for watching. Thank you for those who tried to call, but the connection was not very good. But thank you for those who streamed through YouTube. And thanks for everyone who just watched and was excited to see us speak about other things. We spoke about current affairs. We had Taifa Stars lost 1-0. They still have a chance when they play Uganda. Uganda have already qualified, so maybe they'll have a chance. We have several other, ITV and Capital TV programs, especially Sports Gazette, which is going to talk further about this. But we had also talked about phone addiction. I was Sebastian Kolo. I was here with Vanessa Victor and Nema Alois. Beautiful girls looking very, very beautiful. Keep on watching.